Hey, welcome to Bearded Veteran Creates. I'm Mike, and
Hey,
that is John.
g'day.
And we're here today to do the Omnibus.
Yeah, been a
Yeah,
while.
it has. Are you
Uh,
all right now?
yeah, we had a 2-week break. Yeah,
Yeah.
now I'm back to it.
Yeah.
Family stuff comes first, but Omnibus comes second.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Armistice Day today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went down to the Village War Memorial before we came live, before we went on live. So I went and stood at the back of the service. It was only small, so it's just a little village. So it was like the local bishop, because we haven't had a new vicar assigned recently. So it's like the local bishop, the mayoress, a couple of the councillors and stuff, and then like an RBL, what's it called? Doing the banner thing, and like one other veteran. What I did notice though was there was a guy who stood there with military badges on his chest, right? Not medals, just regimental badge, and then an RBL badge. And the bishop came over to me, and because I was wearing my fleece because it was cold, and my fleece has got my regimental logo on it, cap badge on it. That's it, standard bearer. Thanks, David. And he came over and he was asking about time and service and everything. I was talking to him, and then he went over to this fella, and he said, "Oh, what regiment were you in?" And he looked at me and he went, I just collect the badges."
Yeah.
And we went, "Oh, right, okay. Did you have a particular interest in them?" And he went, "Well, my granddad was in the army." He said, "So I collect them." And he was like, "All right, okay." I was like, "Yeah, you're going to try and pull a bloody fast one, weren't you, mates?"
Oh, you never know. Yeah, it's all a bit odd, isn't it? Like, there's a lot. It's like I'm baffled by the people that come into. So my father-in-law volunteers at Hyde Park War Memorial in Sydney. And he says, like, there's constantly people come through and say, "Oh, I don't like what they're doing with this, like this particular aspect of the display or the museum or whatever." My uncle, served in the army in World War II, and he's just sort of thinking, well, is that the closest link you've got to it? Why are you so passionate about it?
Yeah.
It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird.
Yeah. And then there's a partner who did the service. It's the usual thing, especially in a small town or village, where any veterans and that sort of get left at the back whilst all the local dignitaries will have their photos taken with the wreaths and pose whilst taken with the wreaths and stuff, laying the wreaths and stuff. And so we stood at the back, but the bishop was doing the sermon, and the mayoress went to put the wreath down too early, and he actually grabbed hold of it and shoved it back. But then, because she realised her mistake, she stood there laughing through the service. I was like, "Oh no, really? You should know better than that. You're like ancients."
Yeah, you're like ancient.
Yeah. So you've been to enough of these in your life to realise you don't laugh through them.
Yeah, that's true. So the Princess Royal is in Australia. She did an inspection of a couple of Army Corps and stuff like that. It's weird seeing her wearing a slouch hat, but she can do what she wants. It's got her name on it and all. Well, family name.
Well,
all good.
Yeah, and they all serve under her family, so
good on her.
Yeah, at least she's taken the time to go and visit us.
Oh, exactly right. Quite happy with that. Could have been worse. Could have been on some millionaire's island in the Caribbean.
Well, exactly.
Like a brother. But,
Yeah. But we won't go there.
Won't go there.
Mr. Windsor. Anyway, should we crack on with the chat?
Oh, let's do it. Kaboom. Oh,
it'd have to be Tiff first, doesn't it?
Yeah. All right, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Go on. You do it.
Tiff says, "Good morning, folks. Please don't forget to hit that like button on your way in. Thank you.
Nailed it. JT says, back to normal, a good sign. Looking forward to seeing the project come to a complete. This is a long way off completion, mate. I tell you now, because we're on steps, like, I think we're on step about 50 now.
I'm close
maybe
to
59, something like that.
I'm close to 61. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's still another 20 steps to go after that.
Yeah. JT says, John, I sent you a video of some crazy bloke wearing a clear jacket full of pickles in Prime. I thought of the packaged pickle stream had one. Yuck. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I did see that.
I saw one of a clear jacket full of beer, and I thought that's perfect for Telford. Just walk around a big puffer jacket full of beer on.
Yeah.
Patrick says, good day all. Hello, Patrick.
Hello. David says, morning, afternoon, evening, all from a wet, chilly Rhondda Valley again. How'd I do with the tongue rolling of the R's?
You actually did very well.
Thank you.
The only thing you do is you said duh, Rhondda. It's Rhondda.
Rhondda. Okay.
Whatever.
Rhondda Valley.
Yeah, on the valley. Duke says, good day, beautiful people. Hardly working. I mean, working hard tonight. Looking forward to strong streams. Well, when you get to that age, Duke, you know what I mean.
Hello, Dita's in. He said, greetings. Time for a bit of Latin.
Ooh.
Veni,
He says,
vidi.
Amivi es subscripsi.
Yeah.
Very good, Deets.
That's fun. Okay. Joe says, good morning, afternoon, evening to all. Happy Veterans Day and Remembrance Day to all, and never forget.
Well, Remembrance Day was Sunday. Today's Armistice Day, because it's the day the armistice came into effect. There you go. Hobby Time says, hi, guys. Hello.
Kevin says, good day, everyone.
Hello, Kevin. Dieter says, blessed Remembrance Day.
Yeah, and David says, hello to our hosts.
Hello, David.
Hello, David.
He's not the only one in the village. Jim says, hello to our gracious hosts. You got that reference.
I did. Yeah. Jim says, greetings to all the usual suspects in chat.
Hey, Jim. Stu says, hi all, mug of tea, biscuits, no Tim Tams, building my M4H build whilst listening. Ooh, what are you building?
JT says, I think it's sad when people think they understand what someone experienced and how they really missed the mark. Well,
yes.
It's always an interesting conversation when, there's expectations. Like, as I said, if the closest link you have to a serving member is, say, an uncle or something like that, it's just a bit weird, like to have expectations.
Yeah, I've got an uncle that's still in.
Yeah?
Yeah, but he's at that age now where he had to transfer over from the infantry to medics. So he's doing that now. He still has to carry 30 kilos of bloody kit on 8-mile marches and things, but hey.
Just give me a
play to him. He's in his 50s doing it.
So, no, can't see it at the moment. So my dad shared a thing. It's a photo of his grandfather, Gwilym Rees. From Swansea. He's in the Welsh Regiment, fought in World War One. Fought actually in the Boer War, and then World War One and stuff like that. Survived that and like that. And
if you find it, feel free to show up. Julian says, "Afternoon, all. Hello, Julian.
I see Ian saying hi, everyone. Hello, Ian."
Patrick says, "I'll be putting the windows in the bus." Nice.
They go round and round. Gino's in. It's a hi, Mikey and John, and to everyone in chat.
Hey, Gino. Julie says, Pringles, Profangle, Mikey, and Evening Nodge. Hello.
Yeah.
She might be a royal, but she definitely doesn't.
Oh, there's a couple more comments before that, Modest. Stew Sprue, there you go. Academy Space Shuttle and Transport 747 in 1/288 scale. Ooh, that's the one the Big Cheese did, isn't it?
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think
That looks good, though.
I think he, yeah. I'm not sure if
He
he
had,
did the
he
Academy
had a
one,
hard
but
time with it, but he enjoyed it, didn't he?
did enjoy it.
Yeah.
Oh, so look, here we go. There's the Princess Royal in Australia with a pusser in the background there. So yeah.
Ah,
So good on her.
She might be a royal, but
Oh, shush Katrina Blowers. Is that her real name? David at the Valley says, afternoon, Julian. Hope yesterday went good.
yes. Julie says, Remembrance Day and Remembrance Sunday is the nearest Sunday to 11/11 Armistice Day. Is, as Mikey said, the actual date, 11th of November. Yes. It is.
Yeah.
It is. And that's why Telford's that weekend as well. It's on Remembrance. That's why the date changes each year.
So I remember being on. We had a bus that would go around from the American base we were in Doha, and there was just 3 people on it apart from the driver, who was a TCN, as the Americans call it, a third country national. But it sounds like a joke, but there was an Aussie, me, a Brit Air Force guy, and an American Air Force guy, and it was Remembrance Day, and the American got on, and me and the British guy were already on, and he sort of sat down, and he sort of like, hey, why are all you Brits and Aussies wearing roses? And the Brit said, they're poppies. Oh, what's that for? He said, Remembrance Day. Oh, is that like Armistice Day? Yeah, it's sort of like, like Veterans Day, in America. It's like Veterans Day. We said, yeah, it is. Like, which war is that for? And he said, the Great War. Which one's that? And he said, the ones that you came in late for. And he said, which one's that? And I said, all of them. Anyway.
Yeah.
It was funny. And we just laughed because, what else can you do?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Bob says, hello all, lurking and listening. Still grotty. Oh, feel better soon, dude.
JT says, I think the saddest tragedy in my family, my German granduncle killed in World War One at 18. That loss affected my grandfather. I put a flower in his grave when I went to Germany. Well done, you. Yes.
Yes. Dieter says, Telford is 7th to the 8th of November next year, right? Good question.
I have to look it up. Yeah, have to look it up.
It'll be the closest weekend. So hang on, I shall have a look for you now whilst John reads the next comment out.
Stew Sprue says there are some very small parts that are testing my eyesight. Tiff replies, yes.
Yeah. I think it is, but I'm not sure because the 11th of November next year is on a Wednesday. So both weekends are equal distance from it.
Oh, so Telford goes for a full week then. You're right.
Yay. But I'm assuming it is probably the weekend before.
Julian says, Nodge, if you'd like me to look up any service history from World War One, just message me on Facebook. I have the war diaries for the Welsh Regiment from World War One. Oh, that would be fantastic. Gwilym Rees Marley, RWS. Would be fantastic. I'll need to find that photo. Won't be far away.
Interesting. JT says, John, we Yankees were fashionably late.
Yeah.
Yes. Bob says, hi, Patrick. No, that's not Patrick, is it? Wait a minute. Yeah, it is. Meds making memory murky and real name missing. Dratted YouTube name messes. Yeah.
Actually, no, it's the other relative he shared. This is my my grandmother's dad. So my great grandfather Let's change the camera. So this is Dan, was what people called him. So Daniel Joseph Kennedy.
Yeah.
Hell of a tash. Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir.
That's the sort of tash where the ends twiggle when you speak.
Yeah.
You don't see them out.
It's like, like that. I guess that's where the Lorax got it from. But yeah, what a handsome devil he was.
Yeah. You can see a resemblance in that, though, can't you? I mean, the hair's too dark, and he has a tash.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
I'll change my
says,
camera back.
My grandfather saw some atrocities in World War II as a young man. He joined the Air Force in Belgium to make sure these would not happen again. Flew spits between 46 and 49. There we go.
Right. Oh, Graham Coxon is in saying good afternoon, everyone.
Hey, Graham. Deet, his father fought at Passchendaele. Yeah.
Oh, Tiffany says, my calendar has the 8th as Remembrance Sunday. Oh, God, she's going to hate me by the end of this stream, isn't she?
Oh, that'll castrate you. Dieter says, thanks, Mikey. If it is that weekend, it'll be Sans near. Should it be the next, hope to get near to be on board. Special rules apply for her, but fingers crossed.
Yeah, right. Bob says Americans taken by surprise 2 years into a global conflict. Yeah. Well,
3 years the first time. Dieter says, okay, thanks, Tiff. I based my assessment on that.
Yeah. JT says, John, the moustache reminds me of a Civil War moustache. Yeah, he probably stole it. You know, being Welsh, he probably flogged it from someone else.
South Welsh. They're heathens.
Heathens.
Yes.
So he was from Merthyr Tydfil. Yeah.
Oh, definitely heathen. They dressed up as women and everything. And I'm not saying that as a slight. There is actually an incident in Welsh history where they did do that in order to disguise themselves so that they could attack some toll booths and things and toll stations. They were called the Rebecca Riots because they blackened their faces and dressed up in their wife's dresses to go and attack these toll stations and things.
Right.
But whilst they were talking to each other when they were there, they only addressed each other as Rebecca. So when the Dragoons came along, all the people, the men at the toll stations could tell the Dragoons it was a load of women called Rebecca. So they got called the Rebecca Riots.
Memory, I think Jim went to school with Rebecca Riots.
He'll have
to confirm or deny. Oh, well. Yeah. All of them.
Yeah. Ooh, matron.
Matron. Oh, so Julian says, I remember asking 2 US friends in Delta Force and a US Marine if the US had special forces in the same way the UK have special education. If I recall correctly, is that what that is?
Yes.
You're right. I get it wrong every time. IIRC. They questioned if my parents were married. Whoa. Yeah.
Kieran says, afternoon all. Hope you're well. Hello.
Hello, Kieran. Indeed, it says, I actually have Mark, what's
14.
that? 14. Yes, it is. I wish to build into my late grandfather's spit.
Yes.
Mark 14.
White Rose in. He says, afternoon, chaps. Stand easy. Hello, Gary. Have you recovered yet?
Oh, yes. Well, hello, Gary. Stu Spruce says, Tiff, are you going to Telford next year? If so, I'm going. I want to be there when you clobber all your impersonators.
She can't, otherwise she won't get any hobnobs.
She'll get 10 times. Oh, no, she should. Yeah.
Duke says, Jim is having his new knee put in today. Oh, he is, isn't he?
Is he?
Best look for that, Jim.
Huh. Oh, Julian says the Rebecca Riots. Yeah, those, Mikey. The only bit of Welsh history I remember.
Oh. Yeah. Tiff says, Stu Sprues, I'm hoping to go, not 100% yet.
See, that's amazing. You didn't have to drop your voice to do that. That's really good. And you look, he's shitty himself. Dita says, Stu Sprues, I'll umpire that then. I'll umpire that then to make sure nobody goes overboard when the clobbering and the impersonating. Ugh. Imagine that. Hagrid
I will bring
umpiring the clobbering. Oh, very good.
There we go. Right, should we crack on?
Let's do it.
It's enough of this silliness.
All right. So my Omnibus remains untouched from about 2 weeks ago. So
does mine.
Yeah. So the cabin is on. What I have done off the side is paint the lady to sit in the back. I'm gonna leave her face the way it is. She looks a bit like Odo from Star Trek.
She does. DS9,
but she'll do. Maybe she's one of the Dominion. I don't know. But she'll go plonk in there. Off to the side. I was gonna do this now, but it says it sets in 12 hours, so I'm not gonna sit her there because if I'm gonna wangle this around, I don't want her falling off the bench. So I'll glue her butt cheeks to the Tim Tams.
Ew, matron.
Well, off screen, and so that'll be glued next week. So what I will do is start building up the top layer, getting all the bits to put the roof on and go upwards. Blah blah, like that.
Well, when I was looking at this before the stream, I realised, obviously, because I've not put the body on yet, but there's a slight twist in the body, so it doesn't sit flat on the chassis. So I'm going to have to try and find a way of dealing with that. But what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to focus on painting the rest of the roof. And then hopefully, or I'm hoping, that if I can get it so that it sits straight on the roof, that'll then straighten up the body.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going about it that way. Plus, I'd need to put the windows in first anyway. June says, I refuse to stand, easy or otherwise. Collapse in a crumpled heap? Yes. Stand? Not so much.
Not so much. Bob says, Royal Flail doing note again. Can't track Dita's parcel. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. Tiff says, she looks like she's had her eyes carved out. Black hose for years.
Yeah, well, she's, what can I say? She's from London, so she's totally, had ladles of gin down her throat.
And can I just say, Tiff can't have a go at me today because I at least did a posh lady voice. You made her sound like a man.
Oh, wow. That's assuming gender.
Oh, how rude. Dita says, you have a comfy seat, Uncle Jules. Why give that up? Right.
Right. D20.
He also says, those bloody changelings are everywhere. And even in our past, don't they? Laugh aloud, Odo.
Yes.
June says, yep, that lady does look like the female founder, John, before the illness that Section 31 infected them with. There we go.
Oh, yeah. God, yeah, well. I did actually watch the end of that series probably about 2-3 years ago or whatever. Yeah.
I might watch some more of it because I was watching it the other day. Right.
Right. So I'm going to cut these out. Let's see how that goes. Because there's the handrails have a lot of.
You're going to call her Lady Odo?
Well, Lodo for short. No, I don't know. I did have. No, there was a name for her. I think on the last stream somebody mentioned
D26.
I can't remember the name. I think it was the grandmother of somebody in the stream or whatever. I thought, oh, that'll do. Nice name. Yeah.
Tiff says, I can say with confidence that I am indeed a female, John.
Well, yes. Yes.
She also says, female, yes. Lady, no. And Dita says, Bob, it is in Belgium with the dreaded customs. I am tracking it. Yes. Did we say that the little bell thing on underneath the roof is brass last time.
Yes. It certainly is on Old Bill.
Cool. That is what I shall paint it as then. And it shall forever be brass. Brass. Not bras, brass.
Okay. Ah, just...
Ay. Right. Ooh, there's a Benson's for bed lorry parked outside my house. Not for us though.
There's a what? Sorry.
Benson's for bed lorry. It's a company that makes beds.
Aha.
Bob says, at least somebody's getting tracking data. Well done, Belgian Post. Yeah, if you on the Royal Mail tracking, there is a part where you can go onto it and it does show you the Belgian tracking data as well. Because I have to do it. I do it. Because we're having the same problem with the parcel for Nia.
Uh-huh.
Because they're gooseberries. JT says, what touches would you add to the figures, Tiff? Ooh, good question. She'd make them wear goth dresses. Steampunk. You could do it as a steampunk lady.
Oh, you'll notice I've got pink everywhere. I've been painting my daughter's bedroom pink.
Oh, how old is she? Bless her.
25.
Oh.
And she's not living at home at the moment, so, we're taking the opportunity to just, spruce it up a little.
She's planning to come back.
Well, no, probably, we'll see.
Just extend your modelling room. Just make it into like a proper modelling room or something.
Yeah.
That way, then she can't move back in. Isn't that what dads are supposed to do when the kids leave home? If I convert it into a hobby room, they can't move back in.
Maybe.
Well, that was my dad's excuse anyway. I'm joking. My dad doesn't have any hobbies, really. Julian says, Royal Fail are a menace. Hospital appointment letter sent 28th to the 10th and delivered 6th to 11th for the appointment yesterday. The words handbrake and canoe spring to mind. Okay. I don't know what's going on with South Wales Royal Mail because apparently they have a lot of problems, but we don't seem to have many problems up here. It's because they're heathens and they're delivering by flying bats and things, I imagine.
Well.
And they're using zombies for postmen. Whereas in North Wales, we use actual people. Dieter says, does that make me a male Gwendolyn Christie? I have no idea who that is.
No.
Dieter says, no news yet on Gary Package from Australia. Give him a chance, bloody hell. He only got home yesterday. JT says, when a Swede pronounces the word golly, would that be Sven Golly? Very good. For goodness sake. Tiff says, I would have painted darker colours is all. Dark colours were actually quite popular in the day were in 1919.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm no good at figure painting, so yeah, any advice would be gratefully accepted.
Deet says, why am I now depicting John and Mikey making a gremlin version of themselves, holding on for life on the rail aft of the omnibus? I don't know. Why are you having such thoughts? One dreads to think. Duke says, "That's what I did, Mikey. Makes a great hobby room." See?
Ah,
And that's the brass bell painted. Joe says, "We have the same problem with our United States Postal Service. I've had numerous gifts stolen when I mail them. Have to send in a box to hide them being cards." Ah. Junior says, "Royal Fail and Parcel Farce are a courier catastrophe." Again, not really had a problem with them.
I think a courier catastrophe is what we saw in Louisville, Kentucky the other day.
I have no idea.
That's MD-11 losing an engine and spearing in.
Yeah. The plane pancaked, didn't it?
Yeah, not good.
No. And I don't. When I say pancakes, I don't mean it was make fun of it being squashed flat. I mean it landed horizontal, belly first, which means it probably lost lift. So they probably didn't have the flaps down or something like that.
Oh no, not that. The engine fell off soon after takeoff. So it had,
that's not going to help, is it?
No, asymmetric. So there's nothing they can do to fly straight. It was outside that massive loss of hydraulics and oil and fuel, and then spearing into a fuel farm didn't help. Poor buggers.
Yeah. Graham says, "As long as you don't make the same mistake as me in my model room, a chair bed." Oh, that's what I want. I want a day bed. Tiff says, "Wrong Gary, Mikey. He means GM." Oh. Dieter says, "Gwendolyn Christie, the big woman from Game of Thrones and principal in Wednesday." Okay, I don't watch Game of Thrones, never have. And Gwendolyn Christie, I'm not sure who that is in Wednesday.
No, I haven't seen Wednesday, and I've only seen the first season of.
Yeah, I've seen both seasons of Wednesday, and is she the headmistress in the first series, and the ghost in the second series? Bob says, "The Post have removed our post box and replaced it with a web address." Oh, interesting. TVG says, "Hi everyone." Hi.
Oh, hello.
JT says, "Do spiders have a web address?" Haha. Joe says, "Yes, the UPS plane was full of fuel heading to Hawaii. Horrible." Yeah. Deed says, "They are making sure to catch on those spiders in any case." Tiff says, "The headmistress in Ghost and very tall lady." Yes. She wasn't really a principal, not as in lead character, but as in headmistress or head teacher. Yeah. Junior says, "That reminds me, I must have words with Amazon. Promised refund for a delivery that was opened and dumped by the gate when the contents weren't worth nicking. That hasn't been done." Oh. TVG says, "Principal Weems." Dieter says, "Gwendolyn also played Captain Phasma in the last movies of the Star Wars franchise. She really is hard to miss, even taller than me." There we go.
Oh, okay.
She didn't really need to be that tall for Wednesday, did she? She only had to be taller than Jenny Ortega. She's only little. Right. Watercolors. Are they on there? Oh, fiddlesticks. Whoops. Why is that catching so much now? What the hell is he catching on? Oh, a piece of wood. Let's try again, shall we?
Julian says, talk about stupid. The knob-head Amazon courier took a photo of the box he opened as proof of delivery. Weird. Tiff says, she's that tall in real life, Mikey. 6'2".
Yeah. I kind of gathered she was that tall in real life. It's just, I was just saying she didn't really need to be that tall to appear big to make Jenny Ortega look like she's a lot younger than her. Because Jenny Ortega's only tiny, isn't she?
Not met either of them. Oh.
Well, the girl that plays her best friend in it, I think she's only 17, and she's still taller than Jenny Ortega, and Jenny Ortega's like in her early to mid 20s. JT says anybody is shorter than me. True. There you go. Yeah, she's 4 foot 11 inches. Oh, 5'1", sorry.
It's small.
Yeah, she's between 4 foot 11 and a half and 5'1". Nobody's really sure. Yeah, that is rather tiny. JT says Jenny Ortega has the cute pouty face. TVG says Yodel do that. Trouble is, it's at a different address on the wrong road. Julian says, pretty sure the speech therapist yesterday was at least 6'2". She was an inch or two under the door frame. Yeah. Well, she'd have been about 6 foot because door frames usually about 6'2", aren't they? Joe says, I've forgotten the Omnibus is 135 scale. How are the instructions? Easy even for a not so brilliant Texan such as myself. They're not difficult to follow. You just got to take your time. It's perfectly. It's a nice build. Should be able to do it. Dieter says, fun fact, Ortega loved Gwen's performance and made her feel like a woman, which was something Gwen struggled with all her life. They wanted Gwen to be a towering figure, and she sure does. Yeah. But again, we're back to movies and stuff. And actors, things like that. June says, you want tiny Mikey? My eyeline is about 3'2". Well, just because you're a crotch observer. It must be really awkward for you, Julian, if you go out and there's like in the summer and there's young women running around in yoga pants or walking around in yoga pants and stuff. And blokes in those horrible nut strangler type jeans. I can't even understand how they can find them comfortable, you know.
The what jeans?
The nut strangler, really tight jeans. How can it possibly be comfortable to have your nads crushed? It's like some sort of bizarre fetish. I think I need a new brush for doing this. Brushes. Where's we?
It's a lot of rattling around you're doing. What are you looking for?
I'm looking through my paintbrushes for what I want. Problem is, I use a lot of my fine paintbrushes for doing figure, and I'm doing figure painting, so I can't find a new fine paintbrush. That one might do. Right. Dieter says Emmy Myers, who played Enid, is a fine actress who can perform character roles with a whimsical twist. Jenna, while brilliant, has a seriousness over her that makes her more prone to typecasting. Yes, and she also has the very she looks very, very young for her age as well. She looks like a young teenager. June says, yeah, that's called a target-rich environment, Mikey. Laugh out loud. Not the jeans, I hasten to add. Dieter says, yoga pants, yuck, especially when pink and having that hexagon pattern. Like looking at plucked chicken legs. Sorry, but that's how it looks. Really unflattering. Each to their own. As long as the woman feels comfortable, that's all that matters. JT says, I love Jerry Ryan, up there with Kim Basinger and Nicole Kidman. There we go.
Yeah.
JT says, that's burned in my retinas, Dieter. TBD says, fun fact, there is only one surviving member of the original Addams family, John Austin. Yeah. Austin.
John Aston. Is he still alive?
JT says, Karen saw a lady in Philadelphia that wore tight jeans and really shouldn't have. Like I said, as long as the woman feels comfortable, that's what matters. Dieter says, I love her together with Marina Sirtis, two women aging beautifully, right next to Catherine Zeta-Jones, Natalie Portman, and Michelle Yeoh. There you go. Of course, Catherine Zeta-Jones is very Welsh, even if she's heathen Welsh. As is the legendary Tom Jones.
Okay. So I need to make up my benches now. My seats.
JT says, isn't Catherine Zeta-Jones a little Spanish? Well, possibly somewhere along the line, but she's Welsh. She was born in Wales. She looked lovely in a TV show called Darling Buds of May. When she was like 18, 19. That was a good program.
I've not seen that.
It's nice. It's about a family who live in the countryside, and it's about all the exploits that they get up to, and Catherine Zeta-Jones plays like the oldest daughter in it. It's quite funny.
How many EA brews are there? 4. 1, 2, 3. There's another one somewhere.
Dieter says, in Wednesday, we see Richie return as well as Christopher Lloyd, who played Wednesday and Fester in the Addams 90s movie. Yeah. Adding a full circle to touch the series. Yes. Again, we're back. We're still on films. TVG says, Ming-Hua Wen is ageless. No idea who that is. JT, I liked Jenny Gutter. Okay. JT says, Nella Multi is another... Mutti is another beautiful woman. Okay. David says, John Astin is 95.
Wow.
Deed says, oh, that is a good call, TBG. Or Zhang from House of Flying Daggers. She still looks like she's in her 20s. Okay.
One, 2, 5.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find another topic. Only because one of the things that came out of Telford this weekend is people, say someone, maybe 1 or 2 people, did say that because the conversation keeps going back round to movies and actors and singers and things like that, because then they don't really, like me, I don't really pay attention to that stuff. They feel a little bit left out of the conversation. They don't feel like they can join in. And I don't want that. I want everyone to feel like they can join in.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about other subjects as well, not just music and TV and films.
Sure.
Yeah. There's a whole wide world of topics. Yeah. I mean, you're all here because you enjoy scale modeling, I assume. So you could choose that or anything really.
Oh.
Just let's try and vary the conversation a bit more. If that makes
Politics.
sense. No, John. No. Modders is now hovering over the trigger of StreamYard, not a gun. STD's in. He says, happy Veterans Day to all my veteran brothers around the world. Hey, happy Armistice Day, STD from the UK.
Yeah.
We don't have Veterans Day, we have Armistice Day. Joe says 27 degrees Fahrenheit this morning in coastal Mississippi. A bit too chilly to yell for. Yeah. A bit more for. By the time you'd actually finish saying it, the ball's already hit the guy on the head. JT says, Mikey, are you saying squirrel? Yeah, kind of. I'm saying let's change it up a little bit. You know, we've got 21 people watching. I'm pretty sure not everyone wants to talk about which female actors they fancy. Dieter says, okay, here goes. What is your drink, your food, and model of choice today, people in chat? See, that's an interesting, good question. I have a bottle of flavoured water. Because I've run out of bloody coffee. Stu says, no film, sports, politics, religion, and singing it is. Sports, yeah, you can talk about sport. Just don't get too carried away and start arguing. Politics and religion, that's just causes way too much controversy and arguments and opens up to YouTube going, aha, you're trying to spread fake news. Even if you're not. And we don't want to do that because that's not what we're about. And singing, that's just the copyright thing. it can cause problems for the channel. But yeah. Joe says, let's talk about how I make 30 to 40 foot putts for par, but miss 3-footers for birdies. Yes, good topic. Yeah. TVG says, so John, have you glued anything on backwards today?
No, I have not.
You haven't done it for a few weeks, actually, have you?
I haven't been modelling for a few weeks, really.
Well, that's why. You were modelling yesterday, weren't you?
I was, but yeah, I didn't glue anything. I was just painting yesterday, really.
Yeah. It's a good way to avoid it. Oh my god, it's going to take so long trying to paint all these. But I've started, so now I have to finish. David says, have tea, toast, and the trumpeter 45 on the bench. Nice. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not saying it's films and stuff like that. It's a complete band topic, but just change up the conversation now and again. You don't want to make it the only topic of conversation, which it has been for the last few episodes, pretty much. JT says, here's a modelling topic. Has CGI killed model building in movies? What was your favourite model used in a movie? That's a good question.
Yeah.
I
reckon the Discovery from 2001 is certainly up there because it was absolutely unique when it was first seen, and there's still been nothing like it.
I'm not sure that it's killed it off entirely, because you still have set building and stuff like that, which is in itself a scale model. It's just a very big scale model. So you have like Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff like that. All right, they might sometimes they would go out on an actual ship, but a lot of the time they'd be inside a massive hangar with like a scaled down version of the ship, or part of the ship, on a frame that moved around and things, and so they could have whatever weather they wanted and things like that. Duke says, I have water. Just finished my coffee, eating some cashews while working, and painting a World War I 110 scale bus. Ooh.
Oh.
Nice. Now you have my attention, Duke. You said the magic 3 digits. TBG says, Airfix Water, a couple of Kit Kats, 48th Airfix Edward and Tamir Spitfire Mark 1s. Wow, how many hands have you got? Bob says, so how about a collaboration and write our own song? Can't be done for copyright if you own it. Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah. Tiff says, I have some sugar-free Dr. Pepper and no models, as they've all been packed up and taken to the new house. No food. Oh no! See, unless you're moving into the house next day, don't send all your food to the new house. That's just a beginner's mistake, isn't it? The last thing you pack is your food and your kettle. Your brew kit. Dieter says, white brand Coke Zero tortillas and a Hasegawa Eurofighter Typhoon in a Rapid Pacific 2022 livery is part of a Japan-themed club build. Excellent. Waitrose says, what was the thing you saw at Telford that most made you think, I want that, Mikey? That's a good question. Ooh, wow.
It was you, Gary.
There was 2. There was 148 Harriers, which I have, thanks to Waitrose. And there was also a Meng 135 Mark V tank. But it was 70 quid, and I thought, no, I'm not. I'll wait till Sunday to see if they put the price down a bit. And went in first thing Sunday morning, and they'd gone. So I was like, oh, okay then, I won't buy that. Yeah.
So what was it again? A Mark 1?
No, Mark 5.
Mark 5.
Yeah. It's the main one is the Mark 5 with all the interior and everything. So yeah. That's why I've done it, because that's why I wanted it, because I've not done a World War I tank with the interior yet. Gino says, I have a glass of water and some pudding and putting decals on my 132nd Corsair. Ooh. Gino, have a look at some of the videos from Telford. There was a huge radio controlled Corsair there, right next to the M4H stand. It's really cool.
Yeah.
David says, think there is still some model building. It's just then depicted against green screen. Yeah. They blend the two now, don't they? They use the two mediums.
Yeah.
JT says the set of Titanic was scaled down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they didn't really leave them floating in the Atlantic. They did it in a scaled swim pool. Well, it wasn't too scaled, but there's a big swim pool. Jin says, El Kelso thing, that's like saying there is a better looking Marley, as if we'd ever say such a thing.
Yeah.
Joe says, Dita, today's sister-in-law is from San Francisco and it's daughter's birthday. Actually tomorrow, but we're taking her out to eat. The restaurant debate is on. Ooh. We don't have many restaurants around us. Most of the restaurants we have are Indian restaurants. Bob says, the Jupiter launch pad from Lost in Space. Saw the actual thing at a model engineer exhibition. Sorry, my throat's gone dry. My throat's still not fully recovered from talking at Telford. I was on the verge of losing my voice at one point on Saturday.
Oh.
David says that's not good planning, Tiff. You. Dita says hunt for Red October, the Dallas, Kornavalov, and Dallas, as well as DSRV. Were big scale models making the underwater scenes truly iconic. Would not work in CGI, I feel. Yeah. Tiffany says, I have food here, Mikey, just not hungry. Found out yesterday that the docks I've lost a stone and a half since the end of August. Ew. Have you now? Well done. JT says, I like the Nostromo and the Sulaco.
Ah, yeah.
Both were great models. Outland was another great model movie. There's a documentary on making the models themselves. There you go.
All right. I'll have to look that up.
Stu says, I agree with John. The USS Sulaco spaceship from Alien was good too. JT says Sulaco is available in paper as a model. There we go. Stu says, I've never been to Telford, but I hear the bar is often wanted. Yeah.
Ooh, them's fighting words.
Timmy says, good day all. Kits are looking ace. Thank you, Tim. If you want to come on, you're more than welcome, buddy. It's highly up to you. And your wife, obviously. Well, your wife, really. Let's face it. Blokes do as we're told. Dita says, laugh out loud, Mikey. When you hit puberty, we have a saying that you get a beard in your throat. Literally translated. You without a voice made me think of that. Yeah. We say you got a frog in your throat. JT says, Dita, those scenes in Hunt for Red October were amazing. I also was amazed at the models in Das Boot. TG says, the Cheyenne dropship from Aliens is cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Julian says, with regards to CGI, water and scenery don't scale very well, so incredibly hard to model on computers. Yeah. Bob says, just out of interest, would Aardman films count as model films? Claymation? Yeah, I imagine so. Doesn't have to be a scale model, does it? It's just a model that we're talking about. So yeah, I'd say that probably counts. Others may disagree. Yikes. That just nearly dropped the water bottle on top of the omnibus. Move it away. Dieter says, TBG, the Belgian movie Torpedo is also used a big scale model. I actually was able to see it in real life, as the model was a centerpiece that year in IPMS Belgium exhibition. There we go. JT says, TBG, I love the armored personnel carrier too.
Okay.
David says, going back to the 60s with Thunderbirds and others, some models could look crude, but the Thunderbird crafts, the Fiveless and the 0X with some, or 010 with some cool models. Yeah. Star Trek used a lot of models, didn't it?
Yep.
Even TBG, which isn't that old compared to the 60s one.
All right. Just we're back.
Duke says, I like the model in the Holy Grail. And June says, not using an actual model saves all those Airfix Tiger Tank and bridge parts they always use for surface detail. Yeah. Very good point. Now, we're at the top of the first hour. So, for those that watch regularly, you obviously already know about the fundraiser and stuff. But for those who maybe don't watch regularly or haven't watched before, we are doing the annual channel fundraiser for Miles Heroes, which is to raise money so that we can send in the money and they can buy tools. Because whilst they do get a lot of kits donated, which is awesome, they don't get as many tools donated, but the tools account for over £30,000 worth of their spending each year. So we are trying to raise funds for that. So if you can help out, please do, even if it's only a pound or whatever. It all helps. It's all going to a good cause. June says, not using an actual model saves all those. I've just read that one. Stupid boy. Dieter says, every time I see Star Destroyer, I cannot help but look at her details and go, that's a bogey from a Sherman. Armor plate of a Panzer. Haha. Tiff's put the link up and she's put the QR code up. There. She's put it up there. David says, JT, the armored car with aliens built on an aircraft tug. Yeah. So yeah, we're still at £350 at the minute, which is what we're at after Wait Rose's live stream last Thursday. So
and
hopefully it'll pick up a little bit. And welcome back to John. Also, don't forget to lube and subscribe if you be so kind, because it all helps the channel and helps to promote it. And tells YouTube that people actually like what we're doing. JT says, David, the Russian tanks in Red Dawn were built on an American tank chassis.
I've not seen Red Dawn. I really should.
I think I did when I was a kid. It's not really a big film over it. I don't think. Maybe in the 90s or something. TVG says, yep, they used an actual aircraft tug for the APC, JT. However, it proved too heavy to reverse up into the dropship model. They used a third scale version instead, a Lincoln Town Car. Julian says, what always gets me with spaceship models is they are often weathered. Why? They don't even go into the atmosphere, so the weathering is from Dust. There's still dust in space. And there's still heat and light and things.
And I think, really, it comes down to the fi bit of sci-fi. It's all fine.
Yes, exactly.
I do love it, though. What a, really good genre.
Yeah. Bob says, can't remember which Star Wars epic it was that showed strapping 2 spark plugs to your nose creates a rebreather for deep breathing. That was the Phantom Menace.
It was a Phantom Menace. Well done.
Gungan City. Thank you. See, I do know some of them. It's just only the ones that I find interesting.
Apparently it's changing topic. I
Mm.
bought Skyrim today on Xbox One, just because I thought I'd give it a go. Had it on the PlayStation. I'm not going to plug the PlayStation in again. It just screams. Whereas the Xbox, Tom's old one, seems to be quiet and just does its job. So anyway, bought Skyrim, and the guy at the counter said, "Oh, it's Skyrim Day today." Apparently, it's, I think, 15 years since it was released. There you go. People are still buying it, as it turns out.
Well, have you heard what they're doing in the UK now? Or what they're going to be starting to do? They're going to make it now so that it's law for, part of the Online Safety Act is that any game that relies on the user connecting with the internet and engaging with other gamers by the internet has to have has to enforce age verification. Unless it has a PEGI rating of, well, yeah. But it's to stop. It's supposedly to stop it, like, because pairing up kids with adults and things like that, and all that potentially entails. But yeah. So no matter how old you are, what your PlayStation account age says you are, gonna have to do that in the UK soon.
They're bringing out laws here where, like, if you're under a certain age, I can't remember what it is. Yeah, can't access most forms of social media. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't really. Well, it doesn't affect me, so I don't particularly care about it.
But this is the thing, isn't it? That won't affect you, but stuff like having to verify your age would affect you, because you'd have to provide your personal information and things, wouldn't you? And a form of ID to someone or a company that's, they're not exactly known as to be the most secure in the world, and they're usually one of the first places to get hacked. JT says, I noticed how some spaceship models were white and sterile. 2010 had a weather discovery. That looks cool. Julian proves to YouTube that people like what we're doing. Put another way, YouTube is extremely gullible that way. Laugh aloud. Jokes. Yeah, whatever, Julian. We know you're not joking.
2010. I love that movie. Like, John Lithgow, his performance in it, so good.
Is that an old film, is it?
Oh, yeah. Late 80s, I'd say. It's a sequel to 2001.
Oh, the Space Odyssey thing.
Yeah.
TBG says the Sandcrawler has an Airfix engine on the back.
Does it?
TVG says from a Harrier. There you go. Tiff says, go on, John, you can do this one, actually.
What is something you wish was a model kit you could build? Well, All right, so I saw one today. I took my daughter to Frontline Hobbies because I could, because I haven't been there for weeks. And they have FX. It's a Bristol BE2C, which is a biplane World War One. It's only in 72nd scale. So what I would like is somebody to have one of those, and either in 48 or 32nd scale. It's quite a diminutive aircraft, and I think it would look really good scaled up. So that's my answer, a Bristol BE2C Scout.
Tiff said, for me, it would be a Foden recovery truck. Because that's what I spent most of my time working on and repairing things. And the only people that did it were Accurate Armour, but their kits were like £200, even when they were going as a company. So yeah, it was something I'd never would have been able to afford or justify. So yeah, it'd be nice for a company, especially like Airfix, to make a plastic kit of the Foden. Because I think that would generate a lot of interest. Like same with the Bedford, because it had the crane on it. It had a massive winch drum on it. It had winch on the front. It had storage bins that they could have doors open and things like that, and you have all the equipment on that you had on it and things. So there's a lot of stuff that they could do with it, and then they could make the different variants, like the Foden drops and things, which was like a cargo a carrier that had a crane on the back and a bed that you could tilt and stuff, so you could slide stuff on and off the back of it, like shipping containers and things. But it's essentially the same chassis and cab. Duke says, has anyone built any sci-fi models? I have done a Klingon bird of prey, Anakin's pod racer, and an AT-AT, a Millennium Falcon, and Star Destroyer of various scales, but not too big. I wouldn't mind doing a Klingon warbird. That'd be fun. It'd be fun to have a go doing the weathering and stuff like that on that.
Yeah, I haven't built too many. I've built, let's see, the original, I think it's AMT X-Wing.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, Luke's Red 5.
That'd be fun.
Built the Snow Speeder in the same range.
Yeah.
I think years back in the probably early 80s or whatever, Paul built the original as a Klingon, Cylon Raider from Battlestar Galactica, and I built the Viper. And yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that again. That was good looking. That's a good looking design. And yeah, like that. That's probably it. Nothing else comes to mind.
Yeah, I haven't done any sci-fi. A shame, because I like stuff like that. JT says, Tiff, the mothership from V.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. They're re-releasing V for Vendetta on the cinemas in next year.
Yes. What was it, 20th
20th
anniversary? Yeah.
Lovely. TVD says Nostromo. Oh, I've got the DVD of that, so I might watch it later. Nostromo. Patrick says, I've done a bird of prey and a large-scale enterprise. Nice.
Yeah.
Paul Sparky says, message from Sandra. Please tell them that I have a new laptop now, but I still can't comment, but I want them to know I still watch every stream.
Oh, wow.
I can't figure out what it is. Unless she needs to create a new YouTube account. It could be something to do with a YouTube. She could be shadow banned by YouTube or something.
Oh, I don't know.
It could be that. So she might need to create a new YouTube account with a new email address. Because I know sometimes YouTube shadow bans people so they can watch stuff, but nobody can see their comments. That's the only thing I can think of that could have happened. because there's nothing on our end, and obviously it's not a laptop, so yeah.
How weird.
Maybe she could have a look at that. Try that. JT says TBG with the refinery being towed. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah. Patrick says both AMT kits. TBG says yes, JT. John says the Strand Beast could be made into a nice shuttle in Outland. TBG says, or the Agamemnon in Babylon 5.
Yes. Yeah. And I can't remember the name of the Babylon 5 fighters. Like I can't remember the name of them. They'd make it a good-looking model as well. Can't remember. Sort of cross-looking things. Somebody in the comments, surely.
And Julian, our resident king of the heathens, says, Paul, is Sandra a subscriber? Not a paid member, but a subscriber. I imagine she is. But as Tiffany says, we don't use subscriber mode, only Julian, so that wouldn't be stopping her from commenting. This is true. This is absolutely true. In fact, yeah. I think that could be what it is. I think YouTube has mistakenly shadow banned her or something. Not from the channel, but I don't know. YouTube has crazy ways of working sometimes. But thank you for passing the messages on, Paul, as well. Seafire, the ship from Blake 7 would be nice. Ooh.
Yeah, actually, that's one I would very much like to build as well. Yeah, totally agree.
So what you're saying is you want to build something other than aircraft?
Oh, look, yeah, absolutely. Now some of these, like I love good designs. I think everyone does, and some of these sci-fi things are just phenomenal. Like if it's like somebody at I think the Nationals in
Canberra.
I think it was the Vegas one. A couple of years ago in America, somebody had built this huge model of a hammerhead ship from one of the recent Star Wars movies. I can't remember which one. And it was just incredible. All scratch built, of course.
Yeah. TVG says, done a few sci-fi builds, including the Star Fury correction, a lot. Stu says, the Liberator C5. JT says, I like the craft that crashed in Starman.
Oh, I don't remember that one. I'll have to look that up.
C5 says, yes. Thank you, Stu. Junior says, yeah, I know you don't, Sif, but YouTube incompetence might be doing it without you knowing. Just a thought. Yeah. There's that as well. Stu says, I was just typing the same thing when your post appeared. David says, John the Star Fury.
Star Fury. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I tell you what would be make a cool kit. Moya from Farscape.
What is that? A person or a ship or
the ship?
Moya, you say?
Yeah. Yeah, they call the ship Moya, don't they?
No, I don't remember. It's been a couple of decades since I've seen that. I should go back and revisit it.
It's on YouTube.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of other things on YouTube, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you want to watch it again, it's on there. JT says, the Planet of the Apes Icarus and the spaceship that crashed in beneath the Planet of the Apes.
I was just about to say that, like the one from the start of Planet of the Apes, where the one where they crash into the planet. Well, Beautiful looking ship as well. You only see part of it, but it looks fantastic. It's so different for everything else in the movie.
Yeah.
Which is the idea. Yeah. Tell you what, those latest Planet of the Apes movies, all of them, are just fantastic. Really, really good.
I enjoy them. Again, how have we got back onto films again?
We never left films, mate. We started talking about spaceships and models in films. So we never left.
TVG says, be warned, some of the Star Trek kits have awful decals, polar lights. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bob says Serenity from Firefly.
Yeah, that's another one.
TVG says, Moya is a living ship. Yeah. And she's like a brassy colour as well, isn't she? So that would look cool.
Mm.
Tim says, happy to jump on to do the comments, Mikey. Awesome. Thank you, Tim. Modders, could you possibly send the link over to him, please? If you could be so kind. Patch says, I was thinking that too, Mikey. Junior says, standard plastic to do a Star Fury, although they call it a stand-up fighter, probably to avoid paying a license fee. 0.44 scale, though so tiny. Yeah. Duke says, what's your favorite color? Ooh, good question. It actually is for me because I'm colorblind.
Sounds like from the Holy Grail. What is your quest? What is your favorite color? Blue, no red. Ah.
Yeah. So it's an interesting question for me because I'm red-green colorblind. So a lot of the models I make, because I make a lot of military models of things, it can be a little bit tricky. Especially if I have to apply red paint to the green on top of the green. It just vanishes. It's like a magic trick. It's really weird. Duke says to get away from movies. Yeah. JC says, funny how movies and models go together. I think it's a source of models we want to build. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine like changing the subject away from movies. Yeah. What's your favorite color? Oh, the color purple. Oh, there we go again. Oh, we're back into it.
JT says, Duke, blue. No, yellow. And Duke says, oh, no, I mentioned it again. Yeah, like I said, it's not a banned topic, but it'd be nice to diversify the conversation and not sort of towards women, our opinions on women and things, because that's not cool. Objectifying women, it's not cool. June says, Duke the color purple. The fact that that's a movie name too is a coincidence. I didn't know that.
Oh, lordy.
Tiff says 693 subs now, Mikey. Ooh, fantastic. 7 more and we'll be at 700, which means 307 more and we'll be at 1,000.
Holy, is that how it works? Oh my God.
Yeah. Funny that, isn't it?
Maybe, yeah.
Who knows? Might have 700 by Christmas. We could have I could have 1,000 by the end of next year. Who knows?
Okay.
I think once you start getting more subscribers, it starts promoting it more. So it starts getting a bit more rapid growth.
I need to do some more videos. The MiG-23 one I put up a couple of weeks ago is doing twice as well as the MiG-21, which is fine.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I haven't looked.
I'm sure either Julian or Tiff will tell us.
I don't know. Let's have a look.
I'm still amazed that people want to watch us, But I was watching a video last night. Right, it's one by Miss Modeler where after the beginning of last year, where she did an interview with a group of there you go, John, you got 519.
Oh wow, that's okay. Thank you.
She's doing like a question and answer session with a group of modelers on YouTube, like Waitrose and that. And it's really weird because one of the guys was saying that he just decided to do YouTube because he wanted to be able to build things at his own pace and just talk about modeling because he didn't really have anyone to talk to about it. And then he ended up like going on to other YouTubers' channels and things like that, and on their live streams and things. And it's ended up growing from there. And even though he had a small channel, they were really welcoming to him and said, "Look, you might not have many subscribers yet, but we want to help you, and you're still part of the community." And I thought that's really weird because one of the things I've found is because I've not got that many subscribers, I've got a decent amount, more than what a lot of people get, and I'm really lucky for that. I still feel like it's a little bit of an imposter thing, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. No, I get that.
If that makes sense. And like when at Telford, when we have people coming up to me, saying how much they enjoyed the channel and how they want us to keep going, and saying that they love what we're doing and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm not really doing much, but thank you. But yeah,
Hey,
Timbo.
I'm here to help.
Thank you, buddy. Feel free to continue. We appreciate
it. Have we done this one from David?
No.
So David says, I would love to see the White Star Fighter from Babylon 5.
I think I remember Babylon 5.
JT says, how many tanks, Tiff?
If it's Egyptian, it's 2 tanks. 2 tanks Kamun.
Oh dear.
Joe says, big party at 700 at Mikey's. There you go. You've been voluntold. Julian says, okay, modeling question. Best time to mask, before or after applying the part to the kit?
Ooh, that is a good question. I think it depends what you're doing, really, and how likely you are to sort of push the clear part through, or whatever part it is, through the gap that it's in. If that makes sense. So if you're masking up something, like say you're masking up this, and you just wanted to mask up these bits here in between the benches so you can paint the wood floor underneath the benches, then you could do it whenever you're ready. But if you're doing it around the windows and things, you probably wouldn't want to press on it with a knife and stuff like that. So you might cut them to size before you put the windows in. Or do really silly things like me and paint it, then put the windows in.
Yeah.
So what's your feedback on that, guys?
I reckon I'd put it on backwards.
Well, that's true.
Mask the inside, paint the outside.
Again, like as you said, Mike, it depends what you're doing at the time, what you're masking, and everything's slightly different. Like this build, for instance, is not like a regular one because what I'm finding is you have to build a bit, paint it, then assemble, build a bit, paint it. If you leave it to the end, there's no way you'll be able to do this unless you paint as you go.
Yeah, and you really have to plan ahead with this one and sort of jump backwards and forwards a little bit, don't you?
Oh, it's a real challenging kit. It's exactly what I want because I guess I do enjoy building more than I do painting.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like a perfect kit. It's just it's subject matter and everything else. It's just exactly what I like. The sort of quirky things that I want to build.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not necessarily quirky, but
interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Like I do like a bit of a history Man, I think probably got that from my father.
Yeah. How long do you reckon we've got left on this, John? Without having 21 steps, do you think it's going to take about up to Christmas?
Oh, yeah, it could.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Cool. what we'll probably end up doing then is hopefully finish it by New Year, and then start the next build if you want to. That is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might want a Tuesday nights off.
Well, I might. Hey, we'll see.
Cool. Yeah, we also got to take into consideration circumstances and family events and things.
There is that. Yep.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Nice. So this one's from JT. Says, are there many how-to topics for model photography for future videos? Model Railroader magazine had photo contests. Amazing how all the work can look bad in poor lighting.
Yeah. Yeah. Good question. I think the best thing to do would be to look, rather than look at specifically for model photography video. I mean, we could do one, but it'd be a bit difficult because you need to use a light box and things like that. Well, this is better if you use a light box. You're better off looking at product photography videos because that'll teach you the same skills. So it's a whole area of photography.
Yeah.
It's
without sort of putting yourself in too much of a niche by looking at just scale models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it for a bit, made a bit of a living off it, but I didn't particularly enjoy it, and it was back breaking because you're constantly leaning over to take photos and stuff and lift things on and off the tables and stuff like that. Yeah.
Julian says Gizmotron did a white star in 1 to 2500 in 2000.
Ooh, there you go.
JT says, Timar, hope you are well today. I am, mate. Just sitting here painting Space Marines and thought I'd give Mikey a chance to just focus on what he's painting.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Jules says, I thought he was the world's first taxi driver, Mikey. Toot and come in.
Very good.
Data says, what car does the Pharaoh have in 2 different versions? Dodge Ramses 2. JT says, I could also see figures from They Live.
They live.
They live?
Oh,
that makes more sense, doesn't it?
oh, yeah, I've completely just sidestepped all the movie references then. That makes a lot more sense. Boy. Outstanding.
What was it you were saying the other day, Tim? Context is everything?
Oh, it sounds like something I'd say, but I've been wrong before. Julian says, current example, Airfix starter set Land Rover. Step 1 is to install a transparency, leaving the newbie to work out how to mask it and then not get paint on the clear part.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the Airfix start sets, it's important to remember that they're not designed for people, the level of modelers who would go down to the detail of masking parts out and things like that. They're designed so that someone who's never built a model before or a kid can literally learn how to glue the parts together and just slap some paint on it. That's what you got to remember with them.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does just depend on the part itself, doesn't it? Because if it's an easy access, like a flat windshield or something that can just pop in right at the end, then why wouldn't you? But if it's something you have to install and then gets locked in by other parts, you've got to think ahead.
Yeah, so like with the Land Rover, because I've built a few Land Rovers because I love Land Rovers. And what I usually do is paint it, and then I just glued the windows in last before I put the canopy on or the roof on.
Yeah.
Whereas with an aircraft, you could put the canopy on and then mask it, but you're probably better off masking it, painting the frame on it, and then sticking it onto the plane or whatever. Whichever way you want to do it.
Yeah.
Again, it's all about the context.
Patrick says, same here. Building is the fun part, where painting is a necessary evil.
Agreed.
You guys have it backwards. Slinging pigment is where it's at.
Slinging the pigment.
Slinging
Yeah, but
pigment.
you know, you'd think I'd be good at it by now, eh?
But like you said, you've been wrong before, Tim.
Hey, don't quote me at me. Julian says, evening, Tim. Evening, Julian. Graham says, a bit late, but I made it. Has everyone recovered from Telford?
Getting there. The swelling's gone down out my legs now, anyway.
Jules has put a eBay link up to a portable folding photography light box for 13 quid and 19 pence.
There we go.
JT says the replacement kit arrived from England for the model that I later named Twisted Sister. Twisted Sister is coming out nicely. Grey, white, and green hull bottom.
Very nice.
It's a good name, but now, you know, he managed to straighten the keel out. So,
yeah.
Jeez. Julian says, that's the point though, Mikey. A newbie is likely to get paint on the clear part, and it's a starter for an enjoyable hobby.
Yeah, but that's the point though, isn't it? It doesn't, if you're a newbie, it's not about doing it perfect. It's about learning to put the parts together. The painting is sort of secondary thing for newbies.
I think rather than masking, like they really got to put in on those starter kits how to glue clear parts.
Yeah.
Because
that's a skill in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, first model I ever did when I was a kid was a Apache or something, and I completely ruined it by using super glue and getting frosting all over the windows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only when you watch other models and that, and they explain to you that the reason that happens is because there's nowhere for the fumes to vent to, so they just stuck to the inside of the perspex. Made it look cloudy.
JT says, what did creatives say about people at a paint factory? Working there is a pigment of your imagination.
Very good.
Julian says, BRB, Kara here.
All right, buddy.
And JT says, I liked the name, seemed to fit. Even after fixing the keel. Interesting little project. Yeah. It was amazing that you managed to fix it, but it is a great name for a ship. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's no indefatigable, but
no.
At least it's pronounceable.
Indefatigable is a great name for a ship, isn't it?
Yeah. See, I said that, I think, the other week. The Poms do just have great ship names.
Yeah.
It's better than the Canberra, the Adelaide, the Warramunga.
Parramatta.
The Parramatta. The Armadale. The submarines had good names, actually.
Yeah.
I was saying that most of our ships, are named after places, but I think the submarines might be the only ones that were named after people.
Yeah.
You know, like DeShano and Rankin and
HMAS Dundee.
And
Mick Dundee.
is there a Holbrook? I don't even know.
there's HMAS Ottaway is in Holbrook.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the old Oberon class subs, but yeah,
No, I don't even know.
I think our Collins class are the only ships we have that are named after people, which is pretty cool. Yeah, JT says thanks. I got lucky on that.
Yeah.
Gino says hello, Tim. Hello, Gino.
Hello.
JT says Brisbane. Yeah, we've here on the Sunshine Coast actually we've got the mast off one of the earlier Brisbanes, because obviously the current Brisbane is a destroyer, one of the with Sydney and Hobart and stuff. But yeah, it's known as the Steel Cat, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we've got the mast of one of the original ones because they sunk one of the earlier Brisbanes into an artificial reef, not too far off the coast here. JT says there is a ship named after Steve Irwin, not a naval vessel.
Yes, that's right. It's one of the.
Is that one
like a research vessel, so wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's like Greenpeace.
Yeah, it's like Greenpeace or Sea Shepherd or something. It's one of those environmental groups.
It's groups. It's holding back a swear word.
You can hear the vinegar in that. Like,
hey, look. Anyone wants to harass Chinese ships, all for it. David says HMS Battle Axe Type 22 Batch 1 Broadsword class. I was the Battle Axe Company 74 BTYRA.
Yeah.
Cool names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
mean,
like even when they're named something cool and spicy or after people that did cool and spicy stuff.
I mean, even like the HMS Astute, even though that just means paying attention or whatever, it's still sounds quite cool, doesn't it? HMS Astute.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
HMS Albion and things like that. Astute class submarines.
Even like the Prince of Wales and stuff it's a cool name for a ship.
Yeah. HMS Dragon. That sounds cool. Of course it's cool. It's got Welsh Dragon on it. Aha.
JT says name ships after diseases. The Ebola, the typhus, the cholera, etc.
Oh God, imagine being posted to the syphilis.
There's a nightclub in a town by us called the Clwydian. So guess what we used to call it?
The Clwydian.
Yes.
See, like in Canberra, there's a nightclub in Canberra that's been there forever called Mooseheads, and you do that. That's the signal that we're going to Mooseheads. Yeah. What do you do with with a bloody chlamydia one? You just
the clap.
Yeah.
We're going.
We used to say to new recruits, "Oh, you coming to the chlamydia with us?" And they'd be like, "What? Where's that?" They're like, he was like, "The nightclub halfway up the high street." And they went, "Do you mean the Clwydian?" And we're like, "What?" Well, I suppose so, because we kept forgetting that it was called the Clwydian. We were that used to calling it the chlamydia.
Yeah, fair enough.
On typhus, See, because I'm painting Warhammer
That
again.
sounds like a sci-fi planet.
Well, funny you should say that. The first captain of the Death Guard is a guy named Typhus, like Captain Typhus.
Mhm.
And his ship, like their whole thing is like the god of disease and stuff. And so they've got pustules and they're rotting and stuff, but they're virtually impossible to kill. But his flagship is called the Terminus Est, which is a sick name for a ship.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like one of my favorite sci-fi names for a ship, the Terminus Est. It's awesome. Dita says, in Belgium, we have a few ships named after flowers, towns, and our 2 frigates carry the names of 2 Belgian royals, Leopold, 1st, 2nd, and 4th kings, and Louise Marie, Belgian queen.
Cool. Nice names.
Yeah.
He also says Dutch have most of their ships refer to historical persons or Dutch national referrals and some naval bases.
Yeah.
And JT chimes in with the HMS Pestilence.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they never would because it's not really relevant. But if they named a ship or a submarine after David Stirling and call it HMS Stirling or the Stirling class, I think that would sound awesome.
Who's David Stirling?
The founder of the SAS.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Well, we actually do have an HMAS Stirling. So that's one of the bases in Sydney.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sydney being a harbour, we've got I think 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think 4. So there's the main fleet base, and then there's Stirling, Penguin, and Watson. So yeah,
HMS Penguin just sounds cute.
yeah, I think that's where most of the medics and stuff hang out, and it's also where the wets are, which is our simulated, simulated firing range.
Yeah. That's actually not looking too bad. I mean, I'm not keen on the colour, but
And
brown enough.
what is it? HMS Pelican, which is down at Nowra, which is the Fleet Air Arm sort of base, if that makes sense.
Correctamundo. Yeah, it's the only reason to go to Nowra. But JT says Carol Dorman.
Okay. Must be an American thing.
Data says, whose line is it anyway? Did a question of silly ship names. USS Puffball. You'll never sink. You'll never sink the sinkable. The Lewinsky. You go down with it.
That's a great show. Love it.
That is a good show.
Bloody hilarious.
Yeah, JT appreciates those ones from Data.
So just before we went live, Tiff watched me pick this up. So this little steering arm here had come adrift just by me picking it up. So anyway, when I was gluing that, I had a little paint on my finger. So I got a fingerprint there and a little bit of frosting on the glass, which is a bit of a bugger. Oh well.
Which is why I'm not putting the glass into the last thing.
Yeah, the glass is in. So anyway, I'll just say that because what I've just done now is put decals on these plastic boards. All out of focus, but yeah, I think I'll wait. I was going to stick them on, but I will respray that because I've got to paint these bits of the upper deck red anyway, so I'll redo this bit. But yeah, it's got all the. Oh, come on, zoom in. Oh, there you go. Yeah, the audio.
Zoom,
Yeah.
zoom, zoom.
Yeah, and then of course it'll have the big yellow general Dirkle underneath that. So
Yeah.
that'll add a bit of color. I think this is going to look really nice. I hope it is.
Looks great.
This should.
JT says, name a ship after Sir Christopher Lee. I could see that.
Yeah.
the Dooku. That'd be cool. USS. Yeah. Saruman, yeah.
Yeah.
USS Vincent Price. Not frightening, but bizarre.
Bizarre.
And he also says Carol Dorman was a British carrier.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Carrier of syphilis.
Nothing wrong with a bit of the old cockroach. I can't remember where I heard that, but it still makes me giggle.
I remember,
go for it, Sin, saying hello.
Hello.
I remember when we were in Iraq, one of the lads came back off tour with the clap, and he said he was like proper proud because he wore it like a badge of honor. He was like, "You're not a real man until you come back off out and out with the clap." I'm like, I'd rather just not, thank you.
Yeah. Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah. But he's going around bragging about it and everything. I was like, really? That's just gross.
I don't know. It's nothing to brag about, is it? I mean, I've never had it. In order to get a sexually transmitted disease, one must first have sex. So that's I've hardly. I had 4 kids. I had sex 4 times.
Yeah.
Batting
100.
Just because you did it 4 times doesn't mean they're yours, John.
No, you're right. Yeah.
JT says, in relation to the Carol Dorman, I imagine, sold to the Dutch.
Well, that explains the clap then.
Are you saying the Dutch are dirty people?
Well, you know, down in the New Amsterdam.
Dita says the Dyatlov, not great, not terrible. Of the, I'm sorry, I'm butchering your language, Dita. Ronkian.
Class ships.
What he said, class ships. Yeah, sorry, I'm a complete Luddite with European languages other than the old English.
It's all right. At least you don't have an accent.
Yeah. Yeah. I know a little Spanish. That's about it. JT says, John, you could put a board or sign there.
I could, but I'll just respray that. I'll have the red out shortly anyway. I'll just give it another blat. It'll be fine. You won't see it. If I didn't point out, from you can't tell really. Like unless I sort of zoom in and sort of show you whatever, but it's fine. It'll do.
Julian says the Warhammer Dwarf engineer Malachi Mackayson designed a ship, the Unsinkable. It sank on its first journey. Also a thunder barge called the Indestructible, which promptly blew up.
Thunder barge. That reminds me of my Year 7 teacher.
Was that Thunder Barge or Thunder Thighs?
No, it was it's Mrs. Slattery, but she was well, I got to admit, she's not a young woman, but she had a huge booty and counterweight on the other side, further up. So everyone just called her, Mrs. Slatterbum. Sort of weird. I don't know why that just jumped in my head now, but it was just like,
My Year 2 teacher was
clap again.
My Year 2 teacher was Mrs. Goonan, who, at the time, Dad was helping me with Ocarina of Time, so he took to calling her Goonendorf, which always made me giggle.
We had a French teacher, and she was only young, straight out. She was fresh out of training. she always used to wear low cut, very baggy gypsy tops. What they call gypsy tops. So when she was trying to explain something to you, she'd obviously stand the other side of the desk and lean forwards on the desk to talk to you. So every time she talked to you, this massively baggy top just literally it left her chest by about 5-6 inches, and it was low cut as well. So other than staring intently into her eyes to avoid looking anywhere else, you couldn't avoid seeing down her top.
Yeah, right.
How she got away with it, I don't know. I don't know how the school let her get away with dressing like that. Not what I'm saying.
Mikey makes it sound like he's the victim, but it wasn't even his teacher. He was walking into the class to stare down her top.
I was minding my own business.
No,
there I was, and
I just never understood it because. I mean, why would you wear something like that when you know that young hormonal teenage boys are going to be in your class, and you're going to have to stand in a position where they have no choice but to look down your top?
It is a good question. Well asked.
It's one you asked. So, Tim, how are you going to broach this issue when you become a qualified teacher?
Well, easy. Generally, blokes don't have the issue of wearing low-cut, loose shirts, so I don't have to worry about that too much. And then, yeah, I just have to maintain my current habits that I learnt in the Navy, which is never be one-on-one without a safety number with a member of the opposite sex.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much
Self-preservation.
Yeah, it's scouting as well. Like, never alone in a room with a youth member unless there's someone else with you, another leader.
Yeah, it's just it's a terrible idea. Like, I wouldn't hang out with girls on the ship, even my mates, without another person there, because the absolute best case scenario is some idiot that doesn't like you will start a rumor.
Yeah, which happened to one of our male teachers because he had a go at one of my mates. My mate decided to start spreading a rumor that he'd done something he shouldn't have, and he ended up getting suspended for it. The teacher got suspended for it.
The accusation is enough these days. So, yeah, best way to do that is not ever get into the position.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when he told me when my mate told me what he'd done, I was like, why do that? He's a nice guy. He's a pretty decent teacher.
Yeah.
It's like, why try and destroy his career? It's just cruel.
These things happen. JT says, sadly, the battleship Indefatigable blew up. There was the HMS Furious, which had a long career in the Royal Navy. Again, great
HMS
name.
Indefatigable didn't even reach harbour, really, because Admiral Pellew didn't take it back to Dover. They just wrote it out the story.
It's the Indy. All right. Do we have a... yep, there we go. Dita says, the USS 3 Mile Island. Keep your distance that much as not to glow up. JT says, Carol Dorman was the HMS Venerable. See, again, great name. Dita says, or how about the Russian ship named Tsar Bomba? Prompt critical armament that will blow you away and everything around it.
Yes. That's sort of F you and everyone within 100 miles, isn't it?
Yeah, when you really, really need to get rid of something.
You're going to have to go through this quick because we're at the 2-hour mark.
We are.
Yep. The IIRC, some of the Royal Navy ships of the same class started with the same first letter, e.g. the Invincible, Indomitable, etc., both I-class ships. Correct. It's the same with our V-class ships that Australia had. Vampire, Vendetta, blah, blah, blah. Duke is
John-
saying
Oh,
we had an English teacher in the first year of high school who told us about herself on the first day. She said she was her own. She said she has her own Battle of the Bulge. Jeez. Dita says, correct, Julian. T-class submarines, truculent, triumphant, terror, tonnant, and so on.
yeah.
And Jules says, Mikey, probably because she knew she'd be teaching hormonal teenage boys, and she was an exhibitionist. Also, male colleagues probably petitioned the head teacher not to stop her dressing that way.
Well, let's see. Yeah.
JT says, Dita, they had trouble getting Soviet ships started because they were stolen. Trash. Thanks, guys. Very good.
I get that milk. Right. Yeah. So that's another omnibus build under that belt.
So
I've not really made any progress.
I've put all my upper seat benches together, and I've got all the parts I need for the full walls around what forms the roof of the first deck and the floor of the second.
Yeah.
I could paint them off screen and just sort of go ahead and put them together, but I'll actually paint them during the stream next week if there is a stream, if I'm here. But, it's looking good. I think still loving this build. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, all I've done is paint some of the planks on the floor, upper floor.
Yeah.
Um,
and I've parked the lady's ass as well. She's now sitting in there.
Very good. Well done. So, as I said, that's another one under our belts. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We've had fun. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed it a little bit. And we'll be back. We've got a Corporals Club tomorrow evening at 7 till 9 UK time. Thursday, we're back 12 till 2 with the Desert Wings build. Yes. So pretty much with the same lineup, except we'll have Mr. Morris with us. So until then, Hulvar for now, everyone.